Hello, my name is Navigator, and in today's video I wanted to do a follow-up kind of update for my Pitt build. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. I'm sure you guys can probably already see I'm wearing one of the new outfits, the Trench Runner's coat. A little fun fact, if you happen to obtain this plan by getting stamps, you can actually sell this, drop this, and trade this to and for other players, which is kind of interesting because I figured that the stamps, since it's like a gold bullion item, it'd be non-tradable, but I guess it is. So I managed to pick this up off of looking for group posts for pretty cheap, so I'm not complaining. And this is definitely my new outfit for the Pit. I was looking for one. I know in my last video I said that I was going to use the Garahan Foreman outfit. But yeah, this is pretty sweet. I love this outfit, and it's definitely dope for the Pit. So that's a little side thing there. But let's run in here, and I'm going to show you what I've actually been up to since Tuesday when the Pit dropped. So let's go here to the loadout machine, and I will go over my Pit Explorer updated build. So yeah, like I talked about in the last video, and for that matter, all of my other build videos, I have inherent perks, and these are perks that are essential for my character. So like traveling pharmacy, strong back, bandolier, first aid, batteries included, all this bullshit. This is all going to be just stuff that I need. So let's get into the perks that are going to be useful for the Pit. In strength, because of the new auto axe, which I've actually acquired, I'm going to be using two-handed melee perks. So I don't have a lot left over in strength due to these ones right here. So I only managed to get 6 points, and I split that into Slugger and Master Slugger, and that's going to give me plus 40 damage in total to the auto axe. So that's pretty awesome. In perception, I decided to switch over from a rifleman build to a commando build because honestly, the rifles weren't really doing it for me in the Pit. You guys know me; I love my lever action, medicine stick, and honestly, I had to put her in the box for a little bit because she wasn't really doing too well in the Pit. So I switched over to commando. I'll go over my commando weapons in a little bit. Honestly, looking at this perk card right here, I'm very upset that the weapon that Vault Boy is holding right now wasn't put into the game with this update. I was kind of hoping that they might have added the Infiltrator, a weapon from Fallout 3. That'd be kind of cool, but beggars can't be choosers. So I have all my commando perks here. I have it maxed out. That's 9 stars, 9 points, and that's going to be spread out into Expert Commando, Commando, and Master Commando. And on top of that, I have Tank Killer and Concentrated Fire, and that way I can do more damage to the armor of enemies and obviously hit them in the head with VATS. So in Endurance, I wish I could put Ironclad on here, but all I really had room for was a Life Giver, so I'm keeping that on there, and that's just going to help me, not die. So Inspirational over here in Charisma, and that's just going to give me a little bit more XP. You get a lot of fucking XP from doing the expedition, so this is just a nice little bump to that. And here, Tenderizer. I usually have this. I would consider this one of my inherent perks. On all my classes, I have this perk, but it's pretty unique because the auto axe. A unique feature about it is when you stop revving it up, the blade will keep spinning and it will still do attack damage, similar to how the Shredder works on the minigun. And I figured that this, even if it's not really, doing anything, I figured the Tenderizer was a nice complement to that little effect. So I get more damage after I stop attacking with this perk and with the auto axe. Even when I'm stopped, pressing my trigger, the auto axe is still going for a good second or two. So those two kind of features complement each other. In intelligence, the only thing that's really going to matter here is going to be Demolition Expert, and this is just going to bump up your explosive for your explosive weapons. Yeah, that's pretty, straight to the point. So in agility here, Action Boy and Marathon are going to help me, move fast, and Born Survivor. I usually have this on with a lot of my classes, and this helps, when I'm cornered and I, don't have time to spam a stim pack. This is going to, help me get up. So finally over here in luck, nothing too crazy again, very similar to intelligence. The only perk we're really going to want to have here is Bloody Mess, and that's just going to add 15% bonus damage to all of our weapons. So those are the perks. Again, the main ones are going to be Slugger and Commando, and I will tell you why right now. So my whole idea with the Pitt, and I was honestly right about it, was that I was going to definitely need two kinds of weapons. Now, I knew that I was going to be using the auto axe. That was a given. So I figured a two-handed melee weapon, perk setup would work with that. And I knew that, after a while, the AP will drain on the auto axe. So you're going to want to take out an actual firearm and use that, because that's not going to drain AP, and you'll be able to stay in the fight. So the weapons that I have for this build, I'll start with my melee ones. Obviously, I'm going to start here with the flare gun. I always carry a flare gun. If you guys want to find out why, I'm sure you can check out some of my other videos. But first up on the list is Ash's Chainsaw. So this is duly named after Ash Williams from Evil Dead. I'm a big Evil Dead fan. Actually, fun fact, I've had the pleasure of meeting Bruce Campbell, the guy that plays Ash. But anyways, this is Ash's Chainsaw. I'm still working on rolling it, but I decided to settle on this 40% faster swing speed roll. Lower DR increases damage dealt. That's not really me. I'm not like a low armor build. I definitely have max armor. And your VATS critical meter fills 15% faster. That's not really useful to me either. I know that the chainsaw takes AP, but I'm not really going to be using criticals or VATS for that matter when I'm using these weapons. So the swing speed helps out a lot, and this weapon is really fun. I'm going to keep moving on with rolling this and hopefully get some power attack damage, something like that. So next up, I have the auto axe, and before I go into this, I want to quickly say, just so you guys know, if you are looking for good rolls on the chainsaw, the drill, the ripper, any of the new weapons that were updated to be legendaryified, whatever you want to call it, all of them count. Every attack, since it takes AP, every attack counts as a power attack, and then that probably makes a lot of sense to you guys. So if you're looking for good rolls, power attack damage, that legendary effect will definitely be good. But my auto axe here is named after the Mauler, and this is, in my opinion, the best version of or unique version of the auto axe you can get in Fallout 3's The Pit. So I figured I would, slap this name on this one. And this is a 40% faster swing speed, nocturnal, 25% less VAX action point cost auto axe. Now, this is the second auto axe that I rolled. The first one I got was a Furious, and I was like, I'm going to go for something else. And honestly, I'm very satisfied with what I have here. So the swing speed is going to make it so I'm doing more damage per second. It's going to increase my rate of fire. The action point cost, since every attack is going to consume action points, I thought that was a great legendary effect to have on there. So I can definitely use this more than the average auto axe. You know what I mean? And damage increases with the night. At first, I didn't really think I would like it that much, but understandably, I feel like 50% of your gameplay every day on this game is going to be at night. So on top of that, there is a segment in the Pit, I believe it's Ashes to Fire in that mission, where Danilo or whatever, he's like, oh, it's turning nighttime now in the Pit, some bullshit like that. So I'm wondering if in the Pit the nocturnal effect will count, because it's quote-unquote nighttime. So I'm going to be using this weapon a lot in the Pit, and if that is in fact true, then hell yeah, I'll have the nocturnal legendary effect on there. Moving on down the list, those are my two kind of new weapons, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on these other ones. I have a fixer here. I did recently pick this up. This is obviously, why wouldn't I have it? Bullets Explode, plus 50 DR while aiming, Executioner's Fixer. And I like that a lot. I really like the Executioner's effect on this. Definitely the Bullets Explode will get the enemy down to 40 or below 40% health, so this is a very useful weapon. Next up on the list here, I have, I'm going to move myself a little bit more, standing out there. Next up, I have Spray and Pray. This is named after the weapon from Fallout 4. This is a Bullets Explode Furious, 25% less VAX action point cost submachine gun. Man, that was a mouthful. I love this weapon. It's not that great, but I like the aesthetic of it, especially with the silencer on it. It's a very, it reminds me of a train engine almost. With the drum magazine, this thing kind of chugs along for a minute, and it's pretty useful to have. So that's Spray and Pray. Down here on the bottom of my weapon wheel, I have the All All-American. This is a bullets explode, lower DR, +1 perception handmade. I really only have it because of the bullets explode. I have a 2-shot explosive handmade, and that's my survivalist rifle, and that's my rifleman build. But honestly, I might I can switch these out, just rename them, whatever I want to do. So this is a really useful weapon in the pit. It's fucking awesome. Definitely glad I have this, and it's saved me from a lot of close encounters. So next up, we have Sydney's 10mm Ultrasight SMG. I purchased the Pitt Reclamation pack, Pitt Recruitment Pack from the Microsoft Store, and it came with this pretty sweet Fanatic 10mm sub skin. So I slapped it on there, and I figured I might as well bring it to the pit since it is themed as such. And this is a 2-shot explosive. This thing does me very well, although the recoil on the submachine guns are fucking atrocious, so I don't recommend using a submachine gun often. But this was the M4 before I had the Screaming Eagle paint, so I still keep it around. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, let's move on. So next up here, this is my Legacy, the Sierra Madre Special. It is a Furious explosive laser rifle. This thing, I mean, it's a Legacy. It will melt basically anything. The new bosses they have, like the Wardens, I'm trying to think, the mercenary guys, I forget their name, the Fanatic Manhunter, that's it. Those guys go down in an instant with this, so it's pretty nice to have in the pit when I actually am legitimately in a close encounter. So next up, and I think last on the list, is Thump Thump. Oh, sorry there. But this is Thump Thump, named after the 40mm grenade launcher from New Vegas. This is great to have, just really nice for when there's when there's a big crowd of trogs. It's nice to pop one of those in there, and then you can switch over to another weapon, and, the enemies are already down a little bit of health. So, last thing on my weapon wheel here is my stealth armor, but don't worry about that. So, yeah, this video might have been a little bit longer than I initially anticipated. I'm struggling here to fucking get off that rock, but I figured I'd put this out there. Again, I want to say it is definitely beneficial to have the auto axe in the pit with a gun build on top of it. Now, sure, you can go in there with the auto axe and have full strength perks. I get that. Do whatever you want. But just for me personally, again, the thing that really drives me on this is the AP cost for the auto axe and the chainsaw. So you're ripping there for a while, and I play on console, so it's the push of a button for me with my hotbar to switch to my other weapons. So that's pretty sweet. Again, I'm going there with the auto axe, run out of AP, and it's easy to switch over to a fully automatic assault rifle and just wipe away my enemies. So there you have it, folks. That's my updated pit build video. Yeah, hope you got something out of it. If you guys have any ideas, if you have a build yourself you want to show off, be sure to let me know. Looks like somebody's at my camp here. I don't have my HUD on, so I can't see who it is, but I'll give them a little emote there. Alright, folks. Well, my name is Navigator. Hope you enjoyed going over my updated Pit Explorer build, and have a nice day. Take care.